I was all ready and forgot that I had myself double muted. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Just our usual beginning blunder from me. Um, so yeah, welcome back. We're here for another episode of Tales of Arise. I really enjoyed it last night, so I wanted to play some more. Practice some combat because I wasn't too good at it yesterday. So yeah, we're just gonna chill, hang out, play some Tales of Arise, enjoy the storyline, and try to have a good night. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, you should be able to hear the game now, along with me, hopefully. Alright. So, if I remember right...
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over.
Yeah, we're not sleeping, we just slept before we saved. That's not what I want. Right. Okay, so I was right. We, Ah, nice. Okay, I didn't realize that. I like that. Okay, so we need to go to the Fangan Ruins and get Shionne some clothing, which is why I titled this Fashion the True Endgame, right? Like, that's what really matters. I mean, I can't really argue. I feel like I sound sarcastic, but I'm not actually sarcastic. I wonder if I can pick this up and just
We can't chase after every...
I'm skeptical. Right.
Yeah, we already talked to them yesterday.
All right.
Do you hear what you're saying? We've got enough to worry about as it is without inviting even more danger. Your Renin pal's right. I know you're strong, but I think even this Zoogle might be beyond you. It's not like I need you guys to take it down for us right away, but how should I put it? If anybody has a shot at it, I think it'll still be you guys eventually once you feel like you're up to the challenge, that is. When you are, would you be willing to give it a shot? You can bring other people along with you to help, of course.
Got it.
Sure, that sounds fair. We'll get it taken care of for you sooner or later. Yeah, I just wanted to grab it so that we have it when I'm ready. And I kind of don't forget that it's there to grab. Because now, it'll be her. Oh. That's a lot of gold that you get out of that. Alright. And SP. So there shouldn't be anything new here. But we're gonna give it a quick gander here. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, you know? Oh, I can't jump off that, okay. Alright, yeah, it looks like everybody's still blue. I don't think you can talk to anybody new. Oh wait, who are you? Once you get out into the wastes up ahead, all you'll find are plenty of ruins and even more stray Zoogles looking for a bite to eat. Since there's no gate to block them, we have to keep people posted here to make sure that none of them get in and cause any trouble. Okey-dokey. Talk to you. Talk to you guys. And I know I went up there, so... If I'm not mistaken, that's the way that we need to go. this right before we go out. Oh. I was actually going to check something quick. So I thought I noticed... Oh no, okay. So now if I go to the map... It was through the Iglia Wastes, right? Yeah, I don't think they'd let me out here if this wasn't the right way to go.
Am I really doing this for some lousy cloak? There's Zoogles here too?
Yes, yes, we are doing this for some clothing.
Hey!
You should always assume there's Zoogles anywhere you go. They're one of the reasons I need you all. We're a team after all, and that means you need to pull your weight. So when I call for you, I expect you to clear out any enemies around me. What? Why do I have to do all that? In exchange, when you call for me, I promise I'll shoot down any enemies around you too. Sound fair?
Right.
Yeah, alright. If you don't get in the habit of speaking up during fights, that'll impact morale and our ability to combo together. So make sure to do it often, got it?
Just a minute.
Looks like the enemy spotted us. Time to get to work. You don't have to tell me that. Alrighty. Oh, okay, we're getting another tutorial. I like it. You can summon allies in combat to use their unique boost attacks. Once the boost gauge is full, press the corresponding direction to execute. These moves can be followed up with more attacks afterward and also restore AG when used. Although the boost gauge builds up automatically over time, it can be filled up faster by landing attacks and counter edges on enemies as well. Initiates Iron Mask's boost attack. Initiates a brute force swing attack that can down almost any enemy. Use it to get allies out of deep trouble and create openings for additional attacks.
With that blade and your strength, the average Zoogle shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'll give it a shot. No escape!
Hear me! Flame of fury, burning!
Oh, wrong one.
Take this! It's over!
By the power of
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! You're finished!
By the power
This
of
one's
water!
all mine! Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt! No escape!
They've got me in
Rising
their
Wyvern!
Shionne's boost attack fires numerous beams of light from the muzzle of Shionne's rifle, effective on aerial enemies, temporarily restricts their fight abilities and downs them.
Burn! Flyers!
This one's mine. I'll shoot them down. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
You're finished!
Hear me! Flame of fury! I'm
Rising
ready.
Wyvern! You're on!
Oh. I needed to aim that, I think, a little bit better, but okay. Teaming up with other party members for boost attacks allows you to keep attacking enemies longer. Different members work better against different enemy types, so don't be afraid to mix and match to maintain.
It's on! You're mine!
Gemini Aqua!
You're eat dirt!
This one's mine.
Oh, okay, I need to aim her. I don't know how to aim
You're
her.
mine!
By the power of water!
Strike! It's on!
Magna Ray!
Eat dirt!
Let the marksman hit it.
Rising Wyvern! Strike!
Take it. This one's mine. Who wants to die
Here I
next?
come! You're on!
Gemini
It's
Aqua!
on!
By the power of water!
You picked the wrong fight! Rising
If it's in
Wyvern!
the sky, it's mine.
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Looks like you've got the hang of it, but don't let it go to your head. Those were easy ones. I know, I know. That's it all. I don't have to voice that one.
That took more energy than I expected.
I mean... I don't think we did too shabby.
You can hardly see anything from here.
Why don't we climb up higher and see if we can get a better view? What's this thing?
Potato. It's a potato. Yes. I am saying that way on purpose. I felt like it. Secret chest.
So these are the Fagin ruins? How'd you figure a place like this turns derelict?
Your guess is as good as mine. I didn't even know this place existed until we heard about it. All that matters to me is whether I can find anything to wear in there.
Why does she care so much about her appearance?
Oh. I just noticed that it was there. Actually, that's... Oh, no, no, no. I did not want to fall down here.
What a rush.
Okay, that's okay. That's actually okay. Although, I do want to make sure that I didn't miss anything up there. I wasn't done looking. Why? I'm guessing there's nothing up there.
There.
Out of our way!
Take this! How about this? Swallow blade! Take this! Eat dirt!
They've got me surrounded.
Swallow blade!
Wait, they do?
Take this!
Wow.
Water!
Here I come! Rising wyvern! Lewis gate! Rising wyvern! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Take less talking, more pummeling.
Less talking, pummeling.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Looks like a cave. Can I? No. Oh, okay. Really need to watch where I'm running. Oh, hello. Wait, 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 wait! Okay. Now we can fight it.
Gotta break through! Slash! Come and face me!
I'm only getting
You're
started.
on! Here I come!
This one's mine.
Huh?
Insects should stay on the
It's
ground.
over! Swallow blade! Pick up flyers!
I've got this. Let a marksman
mine.
handle it.
All yours! Swallow blade! Take this!
This one's mine. Who wants to die next?
Looks like we won.
I'm getting hit a little bit, but I'm doing better, I think, than yesterday. So that's something.
It's driving me mad.
You're mine! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! You're mine! You're finished! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Brace! Next!
These
No
little ones
escape!
are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Whoa.
I never miss.
Here I come!
Excited.
You're finished!
I think she. Yeah, she got
Looks
hit
like
a little
we
bit.
won.
That's okay. Getting it. Getting the hang of it, I think. I say that, but you know, these are easy enemies. And I'm leveling up, so, you know, makes them a little bit easier, I would guess. But it makes me feel better to think that I'm getting the hang of it, so we'll go with it.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come!
Gemini Aqua.
Strike!
Magna Ray.
Here I come!
Power of
Flash! Swallow blade! Try harder!
Excited.
Rising Wyvern!
Mine.
Mirage!
Gemini Aqua.
Flash! Swallow blade!
By the
Try
power
harder.
of water.
You're mine! Mirage! No escape!
Seems about right to me.
I thought I did better that time. I guess not. I went in there, that was mushrooms.
Gotta break through!
There. Got you. Magna Ray.
You're mine! Mirage!
Take it. Go.
Strike!
You're mine. Let the marksman handle this. Where are you going?
Take this! Slash!
Well, we're
Damn
on the
it.
home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you.
We're in good form!
I won't forgive you.
Take this! I'll take you all on!
How's this?
No escape!
Gemini Aqua.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Here I go.
Strike!
You're mine.
You're mine!
Gemini Aqua.
Here I come!
Well,
Swallow blade.
we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
You're finished!
There.
Here I come!
Crap.
Here's a healing arm.
Rising Wyvern!
First aid.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
Burning.
Rising Wyvern! We did it!
That gun of yours is real handy in a pinch.
It takes a true marksman to use.
Well, can't think of anyone better than you, Shionne.
Here I come!
Together, that wasn't even a problem. What's this
Lavender.
thing?
Okay. came from there. So I... Okay. Let's go back. This way? Wait. This way.
No choice. Rising Wyvern!
Here I go. It's
Rising
over.
Wyvern! Mirage! You're mine!
And again. Mega Ray.
Take
By the
this!
power of water.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Nicely done, Shionne.
You're slacking.
Oh, no.
Step it up.
Yeah. You got it.
By the power of water.
Flash! Swallow blade! I'm not done! It's on!
Hear me.
You picked the wrong fight!
Burning.
Rising Wyvern!
Is it in the
Mirage!
sky? Nicely done.
Right, here goes! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I never miss.
Rising Wyvern!
cover you.
Mirage!
Let's give it a whirl. By the power of water. Gemini Alpha.
You're mine!
Here's a healing
Here I
art.
come!
First aid.
Thank you.
Here I come! You're mine!
You're mine.
Mirage! No escape! Swallow blade!
One more.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Great!
Maybe I'm getting too, like, a tad too confident. Maybe that's what it is. I was doing better when I first started. Today. Hello. Oh, I can't talk to you? Okay. Hello, Flying Deer Composer. How's it going? Oh, I hear him. I hear him.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Take it.
Swallow
You're
blade!
mine.
You're finished!
Here I go.
You're
Come
mine.
on. I'll blow you to smithereens.
You're mine!
Here.
Rising
Flame of
Wyvern!
Fury. Burning strike.
Mirage! Take this!
Mega Ray. Gemini Alpha.
Rising Wyvern!
Here's a healing art.
Thank
First aid.
you. Oh, you healed yourself.
Here I
I
go.
can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just what? See. I can feel my power growing.
Ooh, bonus. That's good to hear. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling, playing the new Tales of Arise game. My friend started playing it and he was streaming it and I was watching and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta try this. This looks awesome. And I figured, why not stream? So yeah, here I am. Oh, hello, owl. Aw. Spotted cat ears. Let's go check them out. Oh my gosh. Actually, No, I like her with rabbit ears. So we're gonna leave the rabbit ears.
Surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Just checking everything out, trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Ah ha ha ha. Secrets. This is gonna be the way that we... No, this is a dead end. But I was already here, okay. That's gonna lead back to the way we came in. I should have cleared all of this stuff already. So we gotta go get these big guys. Ugh. Yes. Alright. Oh, wait. So, I don't know if you're familiar with the Tell series. Wait. Oh. Alrighty. Well, have a good night. I hope you enjoy your relaxation.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now I can let loose. You picked the wrong fight.
Okay.
Hear me! Go find someone else to pick on!
Take this!
Take it!
Mirage!
Mega Ray!
Rising Wyvern!
There! Help
Swallow
me!
Blade!
Mega!
Swallow Blade!
Go! I'm only getting started! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! Swallow Blade! Slap!
Here, let me
Swallow
help.
Blade!
First aid! Psychic! You're mine!
Here I
By the
come!
power of
Swallow
water!
Blade! Mirage!
Psychic! You're mine!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the
Where
prize.
are you? I'm quite aware without you reminding me. It's weakened!
Mirage! This ends now!
Burning strike!
Swallow Blade!
Very nice.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Yes, ma'am. She's kind of bossy. Oh, wrong thing. I thought that was another monster. Okay. Now I think we explored everything. Pretty sure. I definitely went down there. So yeah, we should be good. Hello. I didn't see you there. Let's fight.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning
Take
strike!
this! Swallow Blade!
Take it! You're mine! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! Slap! It's too much!
Aw.
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Thanks!
dodge fast
There!
through.
Pounce it! Mega ray! By the power of
Slice!
water!
You're mine! You're ours! You're finished!
Mega ray!
Swallow
Seminole!
blade! Now, while it's breathing!
Take it down!
There we go.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Oh, nice. This game must like us. They left a campfire for us.
I wonder if those are the Fagin ruins below us. Shouldn't be too much farther now, if that's the...
I guess it's been a while since I had a bite to eat. Don't worry about me. I'm used to working while I'm hungry. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal. You should eat whenever you can. The last thing I need is you keeling over in the middle of a fight just because you didn't eat.
Never thought I'd get lectured on eating by a Renin, of all people.
Yeah, well, some of us Renins know what it's like to go without food, believe it or not.
What do you mean? I thought
This isn't about me. Now, are you going to eat or not?
I would, if we had anything to eat, but we don't.
Actually, I have a little bit of food on me.
You've been carrying that stuff around this whole time? Not sure it's gonna be enough for the both of us, though.
That's why we're going to cook it instead.
Cook? I've never done anything like that before.
Me neither, to be honest. But we've got to make something out of all this, so might as well try.
What are you staring at me for?
Your clothes are all about function over form. You should think about sprucing them up a little.
Why? What purpose would it serve?
I guess you're right. I just think you'd look good with a little blue thrown in somewhere.
All right, I'll
mean-
think about it.
He already has blue, though. Oh, I can't reminisce here. Oh, okay. I forgot I was reading these. Cooking. At camps and inns, you can cook meals conferring temporary effects when eaten. New dishes can be made by finding recipes, while ingredients can be found at collection points in general stores. Eating a new meal overrides any previous effects. Depending on who in the party cooks a meal, the extent of their effects and their duration will vary. As such, it's wise to rotate who's on cooking duty based on your current goals and the party's overall status. So we'll cook this with Shionne, because that's my only option.
All done. Come and eat.
Oh, when she cooks it, okay. That's what it meant by plus 90%. It gives you an extra 9 minutes. Okay, cool.
You really do eat through that mask of yours, huh? I'm impressed you can manage so well.
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. You get used to it after a while. Still, I'm glad we decided to stop and fill our stomachs. I've got a newfound respect for cooking now. But I guess that's easy when you're used to eating everything raw. It would have been perfect if it had any flavor.
Sorry it didn't live up to your palate.
Oh, no, that wasn't a knock on you. I was just... Sorry. That's not how I should thank you for cooking for me.
You've got me curious now. Is it just pain you can't sense, or are your taste buds shot too?
Oh, sure, my taste buds work fine. Although, apparently what I like tends to be a little out there.
How so? What's so unusual about what you eat?
Well, one time I couldn't get enough of these things I picked off a plant, but everyone else said they were way too spicy. Doc thinks maybe I crave spicy food to compensate for the lack of pain I feel.
Maybe it's best I take charge of the cooking. You know, just to be on the safe side. I can't guarantee it'll be to your tastes, though.
I said I'm sorry. Look, I'll learn to tone down my tastes in the future, so let's just put that slip of the tongue behind us already.
Aw. He hurt her feelings. Ooh, we got a new emblem. So I did the math and it was 2,100 that they got. So I need to not go below the 2,100 mark, which I did do last night. From the,
I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
DLC. That's what I'm looking for. So. Oh, I just thought of something else. Okay.
This must be it. Looks pretty ancient, but I recognize Renan architecture when I see it.
It's seen some beatings. If it stayed sealed all this time, it's not because people left it alone.
It's not just their technology. The Renans build their structures out of special materials, too. Strong enough to withstand assaults from Danon tools and weaponry, anyway.
So, how the hell are we?
Easy.
Easy. Easy. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy.
Phew. That may not have been a fancy feast we just had, but I don't remember the last time I felt this full.
Do the Renans often not give you all enough to eat?
It's never enough. The Renans decide exactly how much we'll have and when we'll have it, and that's that. We do our best to get around it. Everyone has to grow their own food and such behind the Renans' backs in order to get by. Thinking about it now, I wonder if they've always kept it meager so we would never have the energy to try to resist what they've done to us.
Yeah. An empty stomach takes its toll on the body and the spirit after a while.
How does a Renan like you know what it's like?
I may be Renan, but they don't like me either. I could be squeaky clean and they still wouldn't give me anything.
Did your stomach just...
I didn't hear anything.
But you just ate. How are you already...
I said I didn't hear anything.
I still have some I haven't eaten yet. Do you want it?
Sure.
Hey, there's no shame in being hungry. And admitting it.
I hate that I can see what's on the other side. I can't just walk in.
It's a defensive barrier. That's how it works. If we want to get through, we have to find the mechanism to lift it. Looks like this place used to be a supply base of some sort. It probably even dates back to the Great Conquest of 3 centuries ago.
For an abandoned place, sure is crawling with critters. Kinda makes you wonder how they all got in.
Through cracks in the walls, I guess. Maybe it's a good environment for these species to propagate in. Best not to let your guard down either way. Best not to let your guard down either way.
Agreed. I don't know about you, but I'm not looking to hang around here any longer than necessary.
Gotta break through! Here I come! Take this on! Eat dirt!
Burning strike!
Slash!
Let the marksman handle this.
Take this!
Burning strike!
Rising Wyvern! You're on! Try hard! No, you can't! I'm not done!
Hear me!
Come on,
Fury!
Shionne.
Burning? Where are you going?
We managed to pull through. Is this a chest of some sort?
A Renin kind, yeah. We should definitely hold on to what's inside.
No choice! Take this! Swallow Blade! Try harder! Take this! Swallow Blade! Mirage! No escape!
Power of water!
Here I come!
Gemini
Stop!
Aqua!
Rising Wyvern! No
Hear me!
escape!
Flame of Shionne!
You're mine!
One more!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Get lost! Mega Ray! Go find someone else to
There we
pick
go.
on!
Can't remember how to switch.
Mirage!
Take it! I'm only getting started!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Demon Pet! All yours! Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware
Take
without
this.
you reminding me.
Finish!
There!
Mirage!
And again!
No escape!
Mega Ray!
If it's in the sky,
Take
it's
it.
mine.
Great!
Can I? Ooh, I can. How do I? Hello.
Gotta break through! Here I come!
We managed to pull through. What's this thing?
Alright. So we can't get through there.
We've been walking around for a while now. Can we give up already?
What, you're tired?
Tired of something, all right.
I'm not giving up until we search every inch of this place.
She's really determined to find those clothes.
I feel like I missed something. I guess not. That's the way we came in. Jump across there. Check that out. Okay.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're mine!
Mega Ray! General Aqua!
Here I come! You're finished! Demon Fang!
I forgot I put the thing on.
Rising Wyvern!
Water!
You're on!
This is it!
Here, let me
Take
help.
this! Slash!
First aid!
Now I can let loose!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shionne.
An opponent like this should be easy. No escape!
Mega Ray!
Rising
Got her.
Wyvern! Come and face me!
Fury! Burning Crush!
Try harder! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Mega Ray! By the power of water! Where are you going?
Mirage!
This is
I'm
it!
not done!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
You're mine!
Looks like we won.
Ah. What do we get? A Pierce emblem. An emblem that raises penetration. Historically, it was worn not only when confronting armored fighters, but even when storming fortresses.
I found some equipment.
Penetration. 22. Sorry, Shionne.
Let me take a look at it.
I forgot how I have to get up there. Oh, right. I meant to hit the jump, but I hit the wrong key. Oh well. This way. I already went that way.
Is this Renin technology? I'm amazed you guys can pull something like this off.
For us, sites like this are completely normal.
This must be...
The former owner's old wardrobe, yeah.
I wonder how long they've hung here. They don't look like they've aged a day.
The designs are a little dated, but it'll have to do.
Wonder if it'll change her hair.
Listen, I
hope
get it.
it
You
does,
care how you
actually.
look. But we've got places to...
I like this look. I approve. Although the bunny ears are messing it
What
up.
is it?
Oh, the bunny ears.
No. Nothing. We've kept Zephyr and the others waiting long enough. We should head back.
Noble Rose, an old-fashioned rifle found in some Renin ruins. Its beauty belies its rigid strength, allowing it to function even in harsh environments. Noble Scarlet, old-fashioned dress, armor made on Lenegis that boasts uninhibited mobility without sacrificing its beautiful, elegant appearance. Scarlet Tiara, an old-fashioned tiara made on Lenegis. Its angular appearance is designed to complement dress armor.
Okay, let's head back to Ulzebek.
You're in a good mood.
Oh no,
Were you
not
that
yet.
happy to find a new outfit?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the same as ever.
Not yet. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so Scarlet Tiara, you have to wear with the ponytail. So if I want that, okay, so we're gonna stick with that. Wait, can I do none here? Okay. I like this look that they give her. Did I save it? Yeah. So we're gonna stick with that. Secrets in here? Oh, the enemies are back. Well. try all of them, but if they're out in the open... Well, actually, I want to make sure there's nothing else in this room, so I guess we're just gonna fight everything again.
No choice. Here I come. You're finished. Rising Wyvern.
It's over.
Mirage. Demon Fang.
Power of water.
Damn it. Take this. Swallow Blade.
Let me help. Here's a healing
Oh,
art.
I keep...
First aid.
Okay, here I go. No escape. Demon Fang. We've turned the tables on it.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Okay. I made some critical errors. That's okay.
Looks like we won.
Really, this is just good practice, combat-wise. For me.
I won't forgive you.
Take this.
Never mind. Seven Aqua.
Rising Wyvern. Mirage.
By the power of water.
You're mine. You're finished. I'm not done.
Mega ray.
Rising Wyvern. Mirage.
Burning.
Barely a blip on our radar.
You said before that this probably used to be a supply depot, right? But Nay thought it was a Renin castle. I wonder what it actually is.
Who knows?
Who knows?
What, can't I not know something? You didn't think I knew every last thing about my own kind, did you?
Of course I
I didn't say that.
From what I've heard, a lot of the materials that were initially brought over from Rena 300 years ago were repurposed for other things over time. So it's entirely possible that this place used to be both a supply depot and a lord's castle at different points in time. They're not mutually exclusive. I couldn't tell you when the lord's castle moved to its current location, though. Well, satisfied?
Yeah. Thank you. You know, for telling me about all that.
It's not like I mentioned anything that useful. Come on, let's keep moving.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come.
By the power of
You're
water.
mine. Rising Wyvern. Time.
Go find someone else to pick on. Here I go.
You picked the wrong
One
fight.
more. Mega ray. By the
Got
power.
fire.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Looks like it could be worth something.
I just checked that, didn't I? Yeah. It's coming around this way. Oh. It's actually not what I wanted to do.
Gotta break through. Rising Wyvern.
Got
Mirage.
Mega ray.
Oh,
Rising Wyvern.
Here's a healing art.
Mirage.
First aid.
Demon Fang. I'm not done.
Aqua.
It's over.
By the power of
Mirage.
water.
Here I come. We did it.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
let's talk.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
Hey, look.
I'm right behind you, Shionne.
I really want to go back up there. Is it this way? Alright, open that. Is it this way?
I won't forgive you.
You're mine.
There.
Mirage. We're in good form.
Hopefully all the enemies don't respawn up here. Okay. Doesn't look like anything new. So we're good to go.
Want to get back to Ulzebek?
Yeah, we better. We don't have time to waste.
Someone's in a hurry.
As you pass through campgrounds and other locations, you'll unlock fast travel points. To return to them instantly, open the map list from the area and pick a point. Note, some areas may be inaccessible at certain times in the store. Oh. I mean, it's telling me to, right? So, I guess it's fine.
We've reached our destination.
Yes. Might as well save here. This isn't the way that I wanted to go. I thought I saw a chat bubble. Okay.
I wonder if something happened.
I guess that's in case you forget something.
Crap!
Zephyr, we've got a huge problem.
Hmm?
Something bigger than our attack on Balsuf's castle? Because I don't have time to worry about anything else, right? Yes, bigger than that. The Bright Eyes. They've started massacring folks all over Calaglia.
What?
They must be after her master core. Guess the enemy must be getting serious about retrieving it. They must be if they're willing to kill the slaves they need to harvest astral energy. Mosgul got hit real bad.
No way!
What? Are you sure about that? Positive. It's the closest town to where we attacked them earlier. I feel bad for our people there, but them's the breaks.
Damn it!
Those bad people. I'm trying to censor. I know it's still on the screen, but I don't want to say it.
Just where do you think you're going?
You know where. Mosgul.
What good is it going to do to...
I don't need your permission.
Be careful if you choose to go out. There's a garrison of armored soldiers up ahead. Did it heal? No, we need to go to the inn first. Before we're gonna do this. Wait, this right here. You have anything good yet? Yeah, I don't have anything I want to sell because I don't know what I need yet. Oh wait, I didn't want to cook because we still have. Oh, rest. No.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every...
Hey, you're that iron mask that Zephyr brought in, yeah? Can I ask you for a small favor? Sure, what is it?
Yeah.
I appreciate you being so quick to help. Here's the deal, we're running short on food. Okay, granted, it's something of an ongoing problem around here. The soil around here doesn't have much to offer, and our crops are doing even worse in it than usual lately. I won't ask you to go fetch anything crazy, just some wheat and potatoes would help plenty.
How's this?
Would this be enough to tide you over? We found it outside of town.
Huh?
That's exactly what I'm looking for. You sure I can have it? As much as we need fresh food that grows out in the wild, I can't just ask anyone to go pick it, what with all the Zoogles running around. So don't mind if I go ahead and help myself to what you've got. You were a big help. We couldn't exactly afford to risk stirring up a hornet's nest reducing the bright eyes cut and all. With all this extra food, now we can feed all the kiddos who've had to go hungry of late. Glad to hear it. Just happy to do what I can to help. I might not be able to see your face, but I can tell that you're a good soul. If you're talking about the one that... Oh, I must have accidentally clicked over. If you're talking about the one that uses wheat, I already know that.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, how about a potato recipe? This one's also simple to fix and tastes good. It's a lifesaver when you're real hungry.
Thanks.
Sounds good. I'll give it a shot sometime. Great. You absolutely should. You can't operate on tip-top shape on an empty stomach. Ooh, we got 700 gold and 190 SP for that.
Sorry for the side trip.
We got to learn a new dish. I'll take what I can get, really. Let's cook it next time we make camp.
Is that why she went along with this?
That's not what I want. So I can spend 261 for him. $305. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I think. That's not where we want to go. This is the way that I want to go, right? Yeah.
I won't forgive you.
You're mine! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! It's over!
Gemini Aqua.
You're mine! It's
By
on!
the power of water.
You're mine! You're fit!
Excited.
Take this!
I'm only getting
You
started.
picked the wrong fight!
There's a race.
You're mine!
Gemini
You're
Aqua.
up!
I forgot to put his new skill thing on.
Our work is done here.
An attack that strikes straight below while descending from above.
Here, let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shionne.
I should probably save because I don't actually remember if I saved after I...
Right, here goes! You're mine! You're up! Demon Fang! Slash!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come!
By the power
You're
of
on!
water!
You're finished!
Onward and upward.
Get lost!
Here I come! Try harder! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
You're mine.
You're mine! You're finished!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning!
Rising Wyvern! It's over! You're mine!
Gemini Aqua!
Rising Wyvern!
By the power of water! Gemini Aqua!
Oh. I didn't get it in time.
Seems about right to me.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
Nope. We are nowhere near ready for that. I am going the right way, right? No. I am not. Wait, where is... Okay. I made a mistake. It's fine, we got some resources, we fought some enemies. We'll go heal up, cook, and... I'm pretty sure I gotta go the other way, but I haven't gone yet. A gentle dish made by simply boiling wheat and water. Oh wait, that one I know. A dish, heal HP after battle. I mean, my other one isn't run out yet, so actually, we're not gonna cook. I take it back. We're just gonna heal up. Because there's probably gonna be somewhere to cook before I get in somewhere. Like, this is where I need to go. Pretty sure. Yeah. The music got very intense.
choice. Rising Wyvern!
Gemini Aqua!
Mirage!
By the
Take
power
this!
of water! Mega
This
Ray!
one's all mine!
Gemini Aqua!
Eat dirt! Take this! We did it! Take this!
Barely a blip on our radar.
I get pepper. Oh no.
Right, here goes! You got spirit!
Where are you going?
Here I come!
Here's a healing arm!
They really don't give up, do
Oh,
they?
oh, mistakes were made.
Burning strike! Here's a healing arm!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
Oh,
Can't move!
that's unfortunate. When did I last?
Go to hell!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss. Resuscitate has taken too much damage.
Oh,
Here's a
Shionne, please don't die.
first aid!
You're mine! We did it!
Power of water! Gemini Aqua!
Swallow blade! Rising Wyvern!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
You're mine! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! It's over!
Hear me!
Here I come!
Fury!
You'll finish it!
Oh,
I'm ready!
Demon Fang!
I never miss!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Mega Ray! Here's a healing arm!
okay.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Thank you, Shionne.
I owe you one.
You really do.
You're mine! Mirage! I'm not done!
You're mine!
Demon Fang!
Okay.
I can feel my power grow.
I actually don't even care how much progress I lost. That was too bad.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Stardust! Burning strike!
Rising Wyvern!
Here I go.
It's
I'm
on!
only getting started. Gemini Aqua!
You picked the wrong
Who
fight!
wants to die next?
Swallow blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
An opponent like this should be easy. You got very high.
I never miss!
Here I come! Demon
They
Fang!
really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn! You're mine! Take this!
Mega Ray!
You're mine!
Aqua!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! You're mine!
Mega Ray!
Demon Fang!
Gemini Aqua!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's a healing arm! First aid!
Rising
Oh,
Wyvern!
I need it. Yeah,
The gunslinger.
I have to be. in this
significantly
world.
better.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
There are fewer soldiers stationed at the garrison than usual. They must have gotten deployed to Mosgul.
Doc, Cole, everyone please be safe. An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Take this! Swallow Blade!
Take it. You're mine.
Take this!
Gemini Aqua.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this! I'm not done!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
No choice!
Let me help.
Take this! Take this!
Gemini
Mirage!
Aqua.
Mirage!
By the power of
Rising
water.
Wyvern!
Mega Ray.
You're mine! It's over! Rising Wyvern!
I'm ready.
Any injuries?
An opponent like this should be easy. You're mine!
Where are you going?
Strike! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shionne.
What's this thing?
Out of our way.
You're mine! It's on!
By the
Mirage!
power of water.
Eat dirt!
Mega Ray.
Slash! Demon Fang!
Insects should stay on the ground.
You're mine! You're finished! You got flyers!
I've got this.
Here I
Let a
come!
marksman hit.
All yours! You're
Power
finished!
of water.
Well then, let's keep moving.
An opponent like this should be easy. No! Crush!
Take it.
You're mine!
More. Mega
That
Ray.
bumping is driving me mad! You're mine! Mirage! You're finished!
You're mine.
Here I come!
Gemini Aqua.
Here I come!
This
Mirage!
one's mine. I never miss.
Onward and upward.
A wide swinging attack that ends with a ground crash and sends rocks flying. Ooh. Actually, no.
Right. Here goes. You're mine. You're mine.
By the power of water!
Destruction. It's on. I won't show you any mercy.
Here I go! I'm only getting started! By the power of water!
Demon Fang.
Excited! It's over!
Demon Fang. Crush. You're mine.
By the power of water! Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Crush. Demon Fang.
Wrong one.
I'm ready! Who wants to die next?
Demon Fang.
Gemini Aqua!
Destruction.
Here's a healing arc!
You're
First
mine.
aid!
Destruction.
Mega Ray!
Here
Gemini
I come.
Aqua!
Destruction. Crush.
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Demon Fang.
Looks like we won.
Open. Por favor.
You think it might be useful? We should try it and see how it turns out.
Got grilled mushroom recipe. Alright, let's see. This is the way we came up. Oh, I see. Okay. I still feel like I missed stuff back here, I think.
Right, here goes! Here I come!
Flame of Fury! Burning!
This one's all mine!
Flame of Fury! Burning strike!
You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang!
By the power of water!
Crush! Take
Gemini
this!
Aqua!
Demon Fang! Struck! You're
Here I go! You're mine! This is it!
Demon Fang!
Looks like we won.
No, I don't want to examine that yet. We are gonna go back and examine them. Nope, we don't want to go back to Olsebek. So, I think we covered. We'll double check that. I don't think we got that. Oh, okay. Can we go back here?
going. This is it.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Vermina. Hello. Aw. We got a cattail. So now we have cat ears and a cattail.
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Alright. Who's gonna be the cat? Yeah. I like it. We're gonna leave that on though. Let's give him. No, I don't want to give him anything. Alright. I think I get way too much enjoyment out of the accessories, actually. I might have a problem. Yay, fast travel point added.
Now you'll learn!
Mess with my friends, will you?
You just crossed the wrong line!
Oh. I was checking
Here I come!
something to do with the stream on my phone.
Here I go. You're mine.
Go to hell!
By the power of water.
Crush! Destruction!
Wait.
Destruction!
Oh.
Destruction!
Oh.
Hear me, flame of fury.
Destruction! Demon attack!
Here, let me help. First
I
aid.
owe you one.
That is actually not what I meant to do. I meant to do.
Oh. Swallow blade!
Okay, that'll work.
Hey, hang in there. Hey! Damn it!
Why? I don't know anything really. Please don't kill me. I beg you. That's why I told you not to rock the boat. You got no hope of winning against them. But we didn't even do anything. Why are they taking it out on us? You know why. It's them Crimson Crows. Their rebellion getting the rest of us in hot water. You're pinning the blame on them. They're trying to help make a better life for us. Right. We should save here, actually. And I need to check one thing. Okay. Seems like everything's still good. Alright. Music is so intense.
Too late.
Stop! Please, don't hurt the children.
What's that?
Not the
I
kids.
can't reach them in time.
Is it wrong that I want to go check everything else out first? We keep our heads down and do as we're told, and this is the thanks we get. They didn't even listen to what we had to say. They just killed them without a second thought.
Get back, Cole. Duck. Cole.
Cole!
Stop!
But We are
if I can
so
help it?
gonna save Cole.
Mirage! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Damn it! Slice!
Mega ray!
Demon
By
Fang!
the power of water!
Demon Fang! Destruction! And
Gemini
you're
Aqua!
mine!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Standing a chance.
Are you all right? What about the others? Are those bastards still here?
Iron Mask, take it easy. It's all right now. Most were able to escape, and we've survived. Honestly, we got off lucky. It's often worse when a resistance group pops up.
Lucky? You call people getting slaughtered like this lucky?
This is how things go when you're a Danon slave. You're dead if you stand up to them. Keep your head down and do as you're told. At least then you have a chance to survive. You only have one life. That's why...
I should wait for the right moment?
Yes.
So someone else dies instead while we live another day. Is that what you're saying, Doc? You're willing to risk everything on the chance that things will get better if we wait long enough. But what's the point of waiting if others have to die so that we can live?
What do you think happens when someone tries to resist? It'd be one thing if the rebel died, and that was that. But it never ends with only one death. You've seen it for yourself. Everyone suffers for it. Knowing that, are you really going to tell me our waiting has no meaning?
But that's... I understand not wanting to throw away the same lives we're trying to protect. That would be senseless. But if you wait too long, if you get too used to waiting, then eventually you lose the will to fight. I don't want that to happen to me.
Oh, guys.
I've already met the Crimson Crows. People who risk their lives to fight the Renan's rule. People who know they might not live to see us win, but fight anyway to give those who come after a better chance. If my life is at risk either way, then I'd rather spend it fighting.
So you've decided to take up the sword.
Yes, but not just any sword. It's a sword that only I can wield, but one that's also too powerful to use on my own. I doubt those who fought the Renans in the past ever had something like this on their side. That's why I'm willing to bet everything I have on this sword. I know it might mean more people end up in danger, but...
Okay. If that's how you feel, then forget what I said. It's clear your time has come, Iron Mask. Currently, you and that sword are the only things capable of driving the Renans back. It's because of you that we're still alive right now. If there's a way through this for all of us, then I'll put my trust in you to find it.
Doc, thank you.
Now, remember what you said. And don't ever abandon that conviction of yours, all right?
All right.
Right, I won't.
You've grown so much since we first met. And you've met some good people, too. Maybe you have a chance after all.
No. Why? Why did the Renans have to be so cruel to us? Is it something we did? Did we do something wrong? Do you know why, Iron Mask? I just don't get it. Ow.
Hoo hoo hoo.
Oh my gosh, really?
Hoo hoo.
A monocle?
I'm surprised there are owls here too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I
You can't really see it on him because of his mask.
thought.
materials aren't going to have returned yet, so really, if I was smart, we're gonna go this way. And if we have to fight, we have to fight. Be good
I
practice.
won't forgive you!
You're mine!
Burning!
Stardust!
Sight.
Take this!
I'm only getting started. By the power of water.
I don't like blood.
Got fire!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Blade!
There we go.
All yours! You're mine! Crush!
Here I
You're
go.
finished!
I'm only getting started.
Here I come!
Looks like we won.
Out of our way!
Burning strike. Here, flame of fury. Burning
Destruction! No escape! Crush!
Magna ray.
Demon Fang! No escape! Take this!
Magna ray.
You're finished! Take this! Onward and upward.
Ooh. Wait, did the resources respawn already?
Right, here goes!
This one's mine. I never miss.
Destruction!
Magna ray.
Crush!
By the power of
Destruction!
water.
Crush! I'm not done!
There.
Crush!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Oh, they did respawn already. Oh, there's so many resources I could have got through here then. It's okay. We got some.
You're back. Hurry on in. We've been waiting for you.
You're not gonna ask what happened?
I can tell enough by the way you look right now.
I see. Zephyr, I need to ask you something. Would you have invited me to join you, even if I didn't have the blazing sword?
Of course.
Why, though?
There aren't many folks out there who are crazy enough to resist the Renans like we do. So when I find someone with the knack for it, I make sure to keep them close. Plus, you remind me of another guy we lost. Maybe deep down, I'm trying to help you as a way of making amends for what I couldn't do for him. But if you don't want this, just say the word.
I'm not going anywhere. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be here.
If you say so. All right, come on in.
Thanks.
Yes!
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just reading these. Luckily, we happen to have a blacksmith here on site. You should see what he's got tempered.
Got it.
Alright, I'll make sure to remember that. Basically, we need a new weapon. Are you the blacksmith here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dyron filled me in. In addition to farm tools, I also make weapons for the Crimson Crows. Knowing it's for you, I just have to help. I'll forge you the best weapon I can manage with the materials I've got. Craft a weapon. Okay, I can craft a longsword. But I can't do Astral Crystal Grain? I wonder how you get that. Oh, I don't have a choice, okay. I mean, it's fine. I have so many sharp things. So what do you think about this? Not bad at all. That's the most you'll get out of me right now. Bring me more materials and I'll whip you up something grander.
Thanks.
This is plenty enough grand as it is. I never knew Zoogle parts were so versatile.
Good.
Thanks. Glad to hear it. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Go give the Rena trouble and set us free, okay? That's the plan. So I just got back the money that I spent. That's awesome, actually.
Is this something you're into?
Yeah. These ingenious structures and gadgets never cease to amaze me. Check out these handle grooves.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing here.
Okay, so this is just stuff that I've learned. Okay. Alright, I just have to figure out where to get that. Yeah, we're not using that. Okay, I'm gonna save here so I don't forget. And then I'm actually going to be right back, everybody. Sorry. So. thanks for waiting, everybody. Let me just get the audio turned back on. Alright, we should be good. Alright, so we are back. Well, maybe. Okay. So... lost track of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oops. Talk to Zephyr. So, I finally had a realization. I knew I recognized the name Zephyr from somewhere, like specific, but I couldn't remember where it was. I didn't mention it, but it was in my brain. But I finally remembered where I recognize it from. I'm about 98% sure that in the second Hunchback of Notre Dame movie, that there's a child named Zephyr, and I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler, it's been out for a while. So Esmeralda and the captain, I can't remember his name now, the blonde guy, end up together, right? And they have a kid, and his name is Zephyr. So that's not that you guys care or needed to know, but
All right, everyone.
figured I'd share.
It's time. Remember, eyes on the prize. We're after Balsef, nothing else. Cut off the head, and the snake perishes. Hit them head on, however, and we won't make it through the castle gates, let alone reach Balsef himself. Luckily, we have an ace up our sleeve.
Am I about to go into the boss fight?
We need to do everything in our power to make sure that ace reaches Balsef's jugular. To that end, I'll be splitting us up into separate forces.
You just said all of us hitting them head on would be useless. Why would we divide ourselves up?
Because we're the decoys. We'll buy our ace in the hole the time they need to get in. We only need to cause enough of a ruckus around the castle to distract the enemy. That said, we need to look like the real deal, which is why I'll be tagging along too.
He's not coming with
You
us.
too, Zephyr? So, who's going to take on Balsef?
The Iron Mask. I'm counting on you and Shionne to make your way to wherever Balsef's hiding. Once there, you drive that flaming sword right through him.
You aren't seriously sending in just those two, are you? One of them's a Renin.
No one said the plan was perfect. By far, the biggest danger is the one you two will be facing. The fate of this quest rests entirely in your hands, which is why you get the final say. You want out? Now's the time to say so.
And if we say no?
Then you say no. Just means we're back to square one, that's all.
And I go back to being a slave.
It's your life.
No, it isn't.
Ball's in your court, soldier. What do you say?
I want to fight.
But for what? What are you fighting for?
To free the Danans from the yoke of their abusive oppressors. To no longer die at the whim of another.
To break the shackles of our enslavers. To live and taste freedom!
Let's do
Now
this.
you're talking. I believe we have our ace in the hole, people. Hold on to that belief, and we just might break through that wall yet. And what about you?
I was born ready. Now can we get this show on the road?
There's a gate on your right once you leave here. Go through it and ride the elevator you'll find. I'll send ahead a few friendly faces to keep watch on your way. If you get into any trouble, look to them for support. We all clear? Good. May this battle herald the end of the Renin's bloody 3-century reign. To your battle stations, everyone.
I I should start a poll and see how many times you guys think that it's gonna take me to beat the boss. Cause it's gonna take a while. Is there?
I still can't believe this is happening. We're really about to face off against a Renan Lord.
Well, you're in pretty high spirits for a guy going into a life and death battle.
I'm not saying I'm not worried. But you have to remember, this is the first time any of us Danans have really had any hope. What about you? You scared at all?
I don't have time to be scared. This is only the first step in a long, long plan of mine.
You want to take down all 5 lords, right? It's hard to believe it'll ever happen.
But it will.
I know. I haven't forgotten our deal.
See that you don't. That said, if we lose, we might suffer a fate worse than death, you know.
That's probably true. But instead of worrying about it, wouldn't it be a better use of our time to figure out ways to avoid that and not lose?
I suppose.
Whatever happens, I'll put everything I have into winning. You can count on that.
I'm debating if I should cook now or hope that there's somewhere to cook later. I think we're gonna wait. I mean, I probably have... I have 306. There's something down here I wanted, right? Gives me 110. Okay. We're gonna cook porridge. I changed my mind.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
I'm taking so long in this game. What are my skill levels for them? Like 9? 8? They're both 9. Bunny ears? We've got cat ears on now. Wait. I was, though. We did have bunny ears on. They were pretty cool. But I got a cat tail, so now we have cat ears and a cat tail on, because I like it with this outfit better.
Balsef's castle should be just above us.
All right. And let's use that elevator thing.
I think I enjoy the accessories a bit too much in this game, actually. Hurry, the elevator will take you to Glanamede Castle. Thank you for that. Trench of Flames. Let's just... I'm not ready for this. Disappointed. Oh, with the cat? I know, but there's no bunny tail yet. Also, I'm not ready for this boss fight. I'm legit scared, actually.
Zephyr and the Crimson Crows are supposed to be distracting the Renans from the front.
Then let's go around and sneak in elsewhere.
We'll kill them. We'll keep them busy at the castle's front gate. You slip in through the back.
Zephyr from the Crimson Crows! Kill him!
You know, I would put puppy
I
ears
hope he's gonna be okay.
on
Is
if
now
they were
really
a
the time
thing.
to be worrying about him?
Ho, 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 ho.
Ho 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 ho. What do we
We've
get?
still got a
Ooh,
job to do.
Ho, ho, ho.
speaking of
I'm
dog
surprised
ears.
there are owls.
Okay. Okay, he's getting dog ears. Oh no, I actually have a dog tail. Yep, he's... Yeah. I'm so much happier now.
Here, too.
Yeah, more of them around than I thought.
I love the accessories so much! Grenar and the others are fighting up ahead. Don't mind us. Follow the rail line in. Oh dear. Oh, I'm laughing so hard I'm actually crying a bit. The accessories are great. Oh.
Gates of fire sure look intimidating once you see them up close. We can't say this place is truly liberated until we do something about them.
What are you muttering about? Stay focused. We still have to take down Balsef.
Yeah. I'm totally not focused right now. Can I talk to you? I don't know how much longer it'll hold. Quick, it's okay. We're going. We're heading there. Wait, I saw something.
What's this thing?
I thought I saw something else too. Oh my gosh. Aw. I know we're in for a big fight, but I don't want either of you dying, okay? The best victories earned are the ones where we all come out alive. I mean, sure. But
We
I'm
should
gonna
be
die
getting
at
close
least
to the
once
service
or
entrance.
10
Good.
times.
Let's get in there and kick their asses.
If you head down from there, you'll find yourself right by the castle's back entrance. We're counting on you. I can't ever get the descent
Is
to
this
work.
someone's idea of a bridge?
Oh, I was supposed to go down. No.
This will be a pretty short story.
Let's not fall then, shall we? I can't stop looking at his dog tail now. Oh, I should have saved, I should have saved, I should have saved.
It's already started. We need to hurry.
Hold on.
I'm trying to be
You
serious,
should take the blazing sword.
but
Are you sure?
Yeah. We don't know what might happen up ahead. It's better to have it and be ready than to be caught in a fight without it.
oh my gosh. Guys, I'm not ready for this boss fight. I'm not ready. You think that hurts? I feel like that would hurt.
The flames.
I took the liberty of cutting the flow of energy from the Master Core. I may be giving you the sword, but you still need me to unleash its power. Try not to forget that.
Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, oh. Oh, I don't have the stuff for it. Fine. Okay, sweeping blazing sword attack that burns the area around an enemy to a crisp. Inflicts self-damage when used. Not super happy about that one. Yeah, I can't afford any of that. Initiate Iron Mask boost attack blazing sword. Initiates a searing swing attack that burns Iron Mask's own body. Able to down almost any enemy. It has a wide range and gains additional strength as more HP is sacrificed.
Where the hell is Balsef? If we don't hurry up and find him.
You're too close. Try to stay farther apart.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. Was I really that close?
I guess I'm just not used to standing right next to people.
You mean because of your thorns?
Their ears and tail.
You're a surprisingly nice person.
What?
You don't think so? I mean, you just made sure your thorns wouldn't...
You can keep your opinions to yourself. You don't know the first thing about me.
I'm not saying I know everything about you. Sheesh. No need to bite my head off.
You just can't take a hint, can you?
What? I'm sorry. You're right. I don't know what sorts of hardships you've been through. After all, what could I possibly know about pain?
Fair point.
I know you didn't mean anything bad by what you said. The throne room is up on the next floor. That's probably where we'll find Balsef.
Makes sense. But first... I kind of like that, though. Oh, yeah, Demon Fang I definitely want to keep. Although, I do want to put that back here. Guess we'll keep that for now. Oh, I just saved. Can I save now? No. Are you telling me there are soldiers inside too? Seriously, Iron Mask.
Just a minute.
Luckily for us, he hasn't realized we're here yet. Time to put that sword of yours to good use. Let's move. Level 10. Oh, good lord. Okay. Flaming Edge Part 1. Iron Mask can sacrifice health points to use a Flaming Edge, a strong, wide-reaching blazing sword effect. To do so, hold Y, X, or A, which will trigger Flaming Edge after he performs the corresponding art. Action enemies plus activating a certain scope.
What are you? Time to see what this blazing sword can truly do.
I'm holding it.
Demon Fang!
I'm very confused.
Burn in hell! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
I never miss.
It's on! Ignite! Damn it! Destruction!
Let them
Turret! Slash!
Here I go.
Infernal Turret! Ignite!
Mega Ray.
Swallow Blade!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Demon Fang! It's on!
Mega Ray.
Swallow Blade! Eat dirt!
Water.
Destruction!
This
Demon
one's
Fang!
mine. Where are you going?
Swallow Blade! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong choice!
There. And
Slash.
again.
Try
Mega
this!
Ray.
Infernal Turret!
I'm ready.
Destruction!
Boost strikes or one-hit kill attacks performed when cannon other allies. Okay.
Not today! Demon
It's weakened.
Fang! This ends now! This one's all mine! Burn in hell!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Like that?
Amazing!
It's amazing just how powerful the blazing sword really is. It's a good thing we took them out before they caused any trouble, but now we have another problem. Yeah, this wall of flames. You think this is Balsaf's doing? Probably. Looks like they're meant to keep people like us out. Should we try running through them?
Hey.
Just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean it won't burn you to a crisp. Well, what do you propose then? I can tell that these flames are definitely made of fire or astral energy. I'm thinking we use my master core to see if we can interfere with it and then absorb them with the blazing sword.
Got it.
So basically, you want me to try using the blazing sword on him? Sure, I can do that. Hit him with the
A hard-won victory.
mishap. Hi! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I missed my score. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
Wow, that actually works.
Sure.
See? What did I tell you? Shionne? That took a lot more out of me than I was expecting, though. Maybe we can save that trick for when we really need it.
We can cross through now.
Good.
Alright, I really need to save.
We're pressed for time.
I want to go the secret way first. Is there something back here? Oh, there is. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't think I need to worry about that, though. Although I could get around these guys. Nah, we're gonna fight them. We got this.
Get lost.
Oh, I want to do this.
Try harder! You're mine! Here I Destruction! Demon Fang!
Here, let me
Where are you going? Here I go.
You're mine.
I'm only getting started. Gemini Aqua.
Swallow blade.
Here, let me know.
Destruction.
First aid.
You're finished. Destruction.
Power of water. Gemini Aqua.
Here I come. Crush.
Take it.
Destruction. No escape. Crush.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Stop.
I won't forgive you. Mega Ray.
Destruction.
By the
Demon
power
Fang. Demon Fang.
Right.
Mega
Switch
Ray.
those. Maybe I should have switched those actually.
Mega Ray.
Demon Fang.
Gemini Aqua. Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Is this? No. There might have been something up. What? Why is this elevator stuck? Seems like we need a specific key to go up there. Let's look around for one. We might find it lying around somewhere on one of the upper floors. Oops.
Hey,
What?
if there's something you want to say, just come out and say it.
Huh?
I hate when I feel like people are laughing at me on the inside. Especially someone like you where I can't read your expression.
What? Why would I laugh at you? What are you talking about?
I don't know what song that is.
My outfit. As soon as you saw me in those ruins, you wanted to say something, didn't you?
Oh, it's not that. It's just
Shionne.
Just what?
nothing.
You're a truly awful person. You know that?
An awful... Hey, you're the one jumping to conclusions about what I think. You're not one to talk.
Then prove me wrong and tell me what you were really thinking.
It wasn't anything mean about you, I promise.
I don't believe that for a second.
And it doesn't matter what the hell I tell you. You'll always doubt me.
Oh my gosh. They're both blind. Oh. Oh well. I'm assuming this is the way I'm supposed to go. But there was somewhere.
Looks like there's still some soldiers inside the castle.
It's still less than it would usually be. The diversion must be working.
Everyone, stay safe.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Destruction! Demon Fang!
If it's in the sky, it's
Swallow
mine.
blade!
Shionne, there's nothing in the sky right now. Chill.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Any of the three, huh? Ooh. Defense elemental. Can either of them? No. You? So wait, semi. Aw. Okay.
I won't forgive you.
Oh. No.
Destruction! Eat dirt! Demon Fang!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never have non-stream appropriate thoughts.
It's so hot.
I
can
have
definitely
such an
believe they're
innocent
harvesting
and
fire astral energy out here.
clean
Is it
mind.
that bad?
I forgot. You can't feel the heat. I don't think I've...
Sorry to cut you guys
I
off.
won't forgive you!
Now you'll learn!
Nope.
Demon Fang!
First aid!
Swallow Blade!
Hear me!
Destruction! Damn it! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Here I come! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Mega Ray!
Demon
By the
Fang!
power of water!
Did I put? Yeah.
Our work is done here.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
move.
I'm a terrible
I'm right
liar.
behind you, Shionne.
One of my amazing qualities. I'm just horrible at lying. It's because I don't like lying. It's not nice to lie.
Having second thoughts?
No, I was just thinking about the blazing sword. Whenever I hold it, I feel wrong somehow.
Is relying on a sword from a Renan Master Core that repulsive?
It's not about that. It's just... It's hard to explain. It's like the sword is almost too strong.
I don't know what's got you so worried, but in case you forgot, that sword is the only reason we have a fighting chance against a lord.
I know. You don't need to keep telling me.
Well, good. That said, the longer you use it, the more you get burned by it, too. We need to remember to patch you up quickly when that happens. A double-edged sword in every sense. Since you can't feel pain, you'll need to be careful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you actually worried about me?
Is that a problem? Look, I need you if I'm going to take out the lords, and I can't have you dying on me before that happens. That's my only concern.
Right. Warrior.
I won't forgive you!
Oh,
This one's mine!
Demon
Take it.
Fang! I'm not
Only
done!
getting started! Gemini Ultra!
Destruction! Crush! Demon Fang!
Here I go!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Oh, I can actually jump over that?
What's going on over there?
Are those armed soldiers ganging up on a kid?
They're attacking him. We have to save him.
Can I save first? Because I really should have saved by now. Ugh. You were aiding the rebels, weren't you? I'm not even. Stop right there. Hey, it's you. Perfect. If I capture you, that should turn our lord's mood right around. You ain't gonna capture us.
You will kneel before our Lord!
We'll see about that!
Demon Fang! Destruction!
This one's mine! Do
Hit
it!
it! Slash! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Bye-bye.
Are you okay? What were you even doing here?
Working, most likely. Danon's slaves that can't handle manual labor outdoors are put to work in the castles as servants. I'm surprised you didn't know.
The soldiers got really mad all of a sudden and everyone ran away. I was the only one that got caught.
Oh, that poor kid.
And it's good that we found you, but it's still not safe here. You need to get out of here before any more soldiers find you. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for saving me. Oh, here! You can have this!
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. I only wanted to...
It's not your fault, kid. Don't sweat it. Can I take it instead?
Sure! It's the key to the elevator here.
No.
Will it help you guys at all?
Definitely. Thanks, kid.
Well, that's one way to get a key.
Now get going. And be careful on your way out.
Okay, the ears and tails are just cracking me up right now.
So,
This is serious.
not too happy about a slave touching you, huh?
It wasn't that.
This isn't the time. We should keep moving.
She didn't want to hurt him. Come on. How does nobody else see that? She's actually being courteous. You know, for an elevator key, this thing sure is weirdly intricate looking. Why do Renans feel like they have to decorate everything? We don't decorate everything. My guess is that this key is special somehow. Special? How? It's just an elevator key, isn't it? Maybe it works in a particular elevator, like, oh, I don't know, one that leads to wherever Balsef's lurking. If that's the case, then that kid really did us a solid. Alright, we should find the elevator it goes to and see where it takes us. We got a savage key. Another skill. Cool. She has 177. Which I don't think. Okay, Cook 8 and also unlock that one. If you hold, whoa. If you hold the button to throw a bomb, you'll fire special ammo at a bomb after releasing it, making it detonate more strongly. Special ammo shown to the right of each can be reloaded with RB, when it's 0 or pressing T. I'm not gonna remember that.
I can feel my power growing.
Oh no. This. Oh, he has one. Boost attack down is 35. Okay. Doesn't tell me. How far I am with it though.
What the hell is that thing?
A spirit vessel. It's what the Renans use to harvest astral energy from Danons.
So that's where it all ends up. Huh? Damn them.
Out of our way!
I owe you one. Demon Fang!
Gemini Alpha!
Try harder! Demon Fang! Here I come!
Mega
Demon
Ray!
Fang!
Gemini Alpha!
Demon Fang!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
learn. You're mine.
Only getting started.
Mirror hell.
By the power of water. Searing flame. Reload. Here's a healing arc.
Demon punch.
First aid. There. One more. Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Take it. Demon fang.
Take
It's
it.
over. Here I come.
I'm all soaked up.
Swallow blade. Demon fang.
This one's mine.
Here I come. It's on. Great. Next. Ignite.
Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Destruction.
Oh boy.
I need to be stronger.
I might actually have to use the orange gel. I don't want to, but I might have to. Ooh, blue chest.
Ooh.
Hello. We got a rabbit tail.
I'm surprised there are owls here.
Okay, this is why I'm so excited. No, not you. Aw, you can barely see it, but I don't care. I wonder how he would look as a rabbit. No, I like him as a dog. Yep.
Ew.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Oh, I'm full on apple gels. Might as well, I guess. I should have been paying attention to that.
Guess this thing needs a different key to activate.
I won't forgive you. You're mine. By the power of water.
Can you do? Okay.
Here I come.
Flame.
You're finished.
Reload. Searing
You're
flame.
mine.
Reload.
You got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
It's over. All yours. Take this. Slash. Destruction.
Barely a blip on our radar.
What's this thing?
I wonder how many orange gels I have, actually. 6. Okay. I have plenty of room for orange gels.
I won't forgive you.
You got spirit. Destruction.
By the power of
Demon
water.
Fang. Here I come. You're finished.
It's over.
Demon Fang.
Searing flame. Reload. Mega flame. By this one's mine.
Barely a blip on our radar.
I won't forgive you.
You're mine.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shionne.
I suppose I can get that apple gel now. This way.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
I don't know if I can take that.
This place looks damn near the same on the outside as it does on the inside. Nothing but fire and rocks. I figured a Renan castle would at least be a little more elegant. Instead, it seems this one was very dedicated to a theme.
Is that your idea of a joke? Don't lump the rest of us in with someone like Balsef.
Then why's his place look so grungy?
I guess you could say that's just the majority of what he's into. He likes fire and he likes rocks. He's an egotistical brute without a single shred of class. He even makes everyone call him by his stupid nickname, the Wild Beast. I feel sorry for everyone who's stuck having to work beneath him.
Huh. Interesting.
Why?
I used to think all Renans were like him. Terrible people obsessed with their own superiority, who are only out to make us miserable. But now, listening to you talk makes me realize that maybe there are some good ones too. Maybe there are a few of you that are different.
Her face.
Listen, I don't know what kind of Renan you think I am, but I have no intention of getting friendly with you. We clear?
Oh.
Crystal, believe me, I wasn't about to suggest we go hang out and have a drink after this, that's for sure.
Alrighty then. Oh.
What are those things I sometimes see you chuck out in the middle of fights?
What? You mean my bombs?
Bombs? As in the things people use to clear out rocks? But I could have sworn I saw something other than fire burst from some of yours.
That's because these aren't ordinary bombs. They're specially made ones filled with astral energy.
Okay. And why do you shoot the bombs after you release them?
It's a part of my strategy. The effects of my bombs change when I fire bullets of a different astral element at them. It makes it difficult for enemies to predict what effect they'll have, or when they'll go off.
One moment you're using powerful bombs, the next you're using powerful healing arts. They're kinda on the opposite ends of the spectrum, aren't they?
Think of it this way. If you ever get caught up in the blast of one of my bombs and you manage not to die, I'll be able to heal you using my arts.
I'll do my best to not die then.
Yeah. Might be a good idea. Alright, I don't think we can take this on, but
Get lost!
Here I come!
Burning strike!
Destruction!
oh. Okay. Yeah, I know that already.
Demon Fang!
Searing flame! Reload! Sighted! It's over! Primed and ready! Where are you going?
Crush! Demon Fang!
I'm all stocked up! Searing flame! Reload!
Oh.
I'm only getting started!
Destruction!
It's weakened!
Crush! This ends now! Destruction!
By the power of water! Gemini Aqua! Searing flame! Reload!
Destruction!
Searing flame! Reload! I'm out of ammo! Watch and sweep! Gemini Aqua! There!
Swallow Blade! This time!
Searing
Oh my gosh.
First aid!
Take this! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Destruction!
Burning strike!
Crush! Destruction!
Here I go! I'm only getting started! 7 on Alpha!
Oh, that's not
Destruction!
Power of water!
Demon Fang!
Here I go! I'm only getting...
Mirage!
Reload! Here I go! I'm only getting... I'm all stuffed up! If it's in the sky, it's mine! By the power of water! 7-Eye Alpha!
This one's all mine!
Oh, I should have been closer.
By the
You're
power
mine!
of water! 7-Eye
Destruction!
Alpha!
Get out of there. Get out of there.
Mega Ray! By the power of water!
Demon
I'm
Fang!
almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Huh. Shionne.
Here I come! Demon
And
Fang!
again! Searing
Swallow
flame!
Blade!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Destruction!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning
It's gonna
strike!
attack!
Right! Watch out!
Shionne.
Try harder!
Here I
Swallow
go!
Blade!
It's over!
Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Sighted!
Crush!
You're mine!
Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Okay. Oh, I got an Astral Flower. That seems good. You can obtain Astral Flowers from powerful foes. Astral Flowers raise your maximum CP. Ooh. Giant Zoogles roam around certain areas. They're very hard to fight, but you can get rare items and lots of SP if you manage to beat them. Wait, was that like a mini
I've used
boss
a bit
fight?
too much healing.
I mean, I'm okay with this. I feel pretty good about that. I mean, I'm sure, like, I didn't do that good, but I feel pretty good about it. I got a plus, like, 15? Astral Crystal Grain. Didn't I need those to make weapons? I was wondering where to get those. Ooh, I think I did. I think I did. Okay. I want to save then since I got those. I don't want to forget. I really don't want to use that.
Get lost! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
I'm not done! Demon Fang!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Hey, about that elevator.
Yeah, I bet that garish-looking key will come in handy for it.
I'm gonna regret this. That seems very helpful for him, though, considering.
No! While it's reeling!
Take it!
Crush!
You're mine!
You're mine! It's over!
Do it!
Looks like we won.
I'm so not ready to go up there. Was there... And there's nowhere around here to heal? Alright, we're gonna save here and then go up and see what happens. By the way, about 99.9% sure I'm not ready for this boss fight.
This area seems different.
We're getting close. Balsif should be right up ahead.
That's what I figured. Time to introduce ourselves.
Inspecting healing that will fully restore every character's HP and CP. Once used, however, they become temporarily disabled to set for a set period of time. Sweet. Just in case. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. All right, it's go time. Let's do this. I'm scared. I'm like really, really scared.
Don't move, Balsef!
So the vermin scum you call kin stirred up enough trouble for you two rats to make it all the way to me, huh? What a pain in the ass. Although, it was pretty impressive of you to deliver it straight into my hands. The Master Core.
You really think we're here to hand it over?
Why, of course not. You see, I'll be taking it back no matter what you say. In any case, this is the end for you. You won't be getting out of here alive.
Why do I feel like he's right?
The two of you were fools for coming here. Now die!
A level
A common
15.
thief believes she can use.
Wait. Oh, I wanted to see. They're both level 10.
Serve me? Don't make me laugh.
You can keep your accursed crown.
We're here to overthrow you and free the dead.
Oh.
Spare me your weeping, slave.
Take this! It's over!
Searing flame! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Oh.
This one's mine!
I can't tell when he's about to strike yet. Oh.
I'm only get searing flame! I'm out! I'm all stuffed up!
He's like a brick wall.
But he's wide open when he's in the air. I'll shoot him out of the sky.
Make sure you don't miss.
Here's a healing art! First
Hit like
aid!
shield! Now!
Think again.
When fighting powerful foes upon fulfilling certain conditions, may appear on screen above an enemy. When this happens, quickly press to activate a character's boost attack and turn the tables on an opponent.
We did it!
Just give it up, Balsef!
Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
Hear me! Flame of
Burn in
fury!
hell!
Burning strike!
Destruction! Demon Fang!
By the power of water! How's this?
Demon Fang!
Searing
Swallow
flame!
Blade!
Reload! I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Oh, oh, oh.
Demon
Here I
Fang!
go. Searing flame. Reload.
Demon Fang!
By the
Stop
power
trying
of
to
water.
evade! Demon Fang!
Hear me. Fury. Burning.
Demon Fang! I'm not feeling so great.
Ow.
Here's a healing art.
Thank
First
you.
aid.
Hey, Shionne, whatever you do not die.
I never
Please.
miss.
Demon Fang!
Here, let me help.
Nope.
Try harder!
First aid. Mega ray. Searing flame. Reload. I'm out.
Demon Fang!
No, no.
Demon
I'm all
Fang!
stuffed up.
Demon Fang!
Aqua.
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art. First aid.
It's on! Eat dirt!
Searing flame. Reload.
Demon
There.
Fang!
Go.
Swallow
You're
blade.
mine. By the
Demon
power of
Fang!
water.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Oh.
Flame. Reload. I'm out.
Shionne, it's you and me.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Alright, guys, how bad am I doing? Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Alphen. 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 Iron Mask. Falstaff's escaping. Come on.
My heart is actually racing. Not that that's a bad thing.
Running
just-
from a slave, Balsif? Know your place, insolent boy.
I wonder how weird
Up
my
here,
face
I've got more
looks.
than
I'm gonna have to go
enough
back
space
and
to
rewatch
crush you.
this.
This time your mask won't be the only thing that cracks.
That is enough.
Yeah. We're gonna kick your booty. Patootie. I hope.
Let go! What the hell is that?
It's manifested astral energy. And not only that, it's alive!
That's intense.
Astral energy? From the spirit vessel? But wait, that was harvested for me. And that energy is supposed to be mine. It was the two of you. I knew it all along. And you'll pay!
He's not all there. Is he?
Meddling slave! Look what you did!
Without your spirit vessel, or your master core, you're nothing!
Shionne, watch out!
There. Enter again. Mega ray.
That thing's huge!
Don't let it trap you in its flames. This one's mine. Mega ray. Searing
You're
flame.
mine!
Reload.
Demon Fang!
Oh,
Help this.
I did
Here,
not
let me
touch
help.
that.
First
I
aid.
owe you.
That monster's attacking. Look out.
Okay.
Back into the fray. Mega ray.
Try harder! Demon Fang!
Gemini Aqua.
Crush!
By the power of water. Gemini
Destruction!
Aqua.
This one's all mine! Not today!
Here, flame of fury. Burning strike. There. One more. Mega ray. By the
Demon
power
Fang!
of water.
It's over! Swallow blade!
Mega ray. Primed and ready. Where are you going?
That fire monster's getting ready to attack! Demon Fang!
By the power of water.
Oh,
Stop trying to resist!
bollocks.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Out of my way!
Decapitation! That fire monster's causing us a lot of trouble.
Let me
Why
take
can't
a
I
crack
move the
at it.
camera? Okay.
Ready?
Here it comes! Down you go!
Oh.
You really don't mess around.
Now, while he's down!
Burning strike!
Demon Fang! Burn! You wretches won't beat me! Destruction!
Power of water!
That's what I want to do.
Demon Fang! You're mine!
By the power of water!
You're mine!
Gemini Aqua!
Demon Fang! It's over!
Here, let me help.
Stupid impact! I owe you one! Demon!
It's over.
Demon
Searing
Fang!
flame! Reload!
Take this! Try harder!
Go! I'm
Demon
over here!
Fang!
Searing flame! Reload! I'm out! Back into the
Dodge,
fray!
dodge, dodge.
Primed and ready! Where are you going?
You're in
You're in trouble now.
Gemini Aqua! Searing
Now
flame!
what?
Watch out! We need to stop him! Reload! I'm out! I'm
Here
all
I come!
stuffed up!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Flame! Reload!
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Here I come! You're
Searing
finished!
flame!
Swallow
Reload!
Blade! You're finished!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I think I only died once.
But why? Do you not possess the blood of a Renan? Why then would you turn against your own kind? It's always been the way of the Renan for the strongest to survive! And yet, you have allied yourself with a filthy Danon! You traitor! Tell me why? Why bring ruin and devastation to your own kind? Snakes like you should die!
Ow.
A monster made up of astral energy? How do we even...
If this sword is made of astral energy as well, maybe...
This is so cool.
Zephyr was right. We did it. We brought down the wall.
Iron Mask, your face is exposed.
No.
Huh?
I remember it now. My name. Alfred. My name is... Alfred! I will
Oh, oh. Okay, I have to mute that. Sorry, I have to mute the desktop audio because you guys can't hear this. Like, I can't stream this song. But we'll watch it. Hopefully I caught it in time. Aww. It's muted, right? You can't hear it? Because I don't want to get pinged on YouTube when I go to post this. It's a good song, though. Totally should go find, you know, a version that you're allowed to watch or whatever, if you can.
I see flames. My name is Alvin. Where am I? What happened? The rage surging within me, fueling the sword. Where did it come from? This twisting fear that clings to me, holding me in check. The melancholic voice calling out to me. Who am I? Who was I?
I really hope I can go back there because I'm not sure I got everything from the castle, actually.
This is...
Wakey, wakey, sunshine. About time, too.
Hey, Zephyr.
a week? You mean that whole time I was...
Out cold? Yeah. Just as well, too. When you blacked out, you were on your way to becoming a pile of ash. Shionne's the reason you're still here.
Shionne? You healed me?
In case you'd forgotten, we've still got 4 lords to defeat. You dying would have only slowed things down.
What about Balsef's troops?
We've got them on the ropes. While you've been getting your beauty sleep, most of the remaining Renans have either surrendered or fled. You slaying Balsef was the catalyst we'd been waiting for. Thanks to you, Galagly is finally free. You have my gratitude. We couldn't have done it without you.
I just did what anyone would have done.
Iron Matt... Forgive me. Alphen. It's good to finally see who I'm speaking to. Half of him, anyway. So, feel like telling us who you used to be?
I wish I could.
Memory's still giving you grief, eh? I see. Still, no sense in beating yourself up. You've remembered your name. The rest will come in time.
So, what happens now?
No, just everything. The realm may be liberated, but we're still destitute. You name it, anything and everything starts from scratch. But enough of that. You've just woken up. You should get a sense of the scale of what you've accomplished. Head over to the Gates of Fire and take a look at the view.
Ooh, does
It's
that
a
mean we
sight
go back
too
to the
many
castle?
Danans died only ever seeing in their dreams.
The Gates of Fire.
I'll be your chaperone. Last thing we need is you tripping on a pebble and missing another week.
Remind me to laugh next time.
Ooh. Sweet. We have another one. Boost attack 35 down. And this one is weapon types forged 10. So now we have 400 we can spend. What's this one? I want to save up for that one. We have 500 for her. I want this one. Sure. At least 320. No, 224. Okay. I got a plus 18? I'm so happy right now.
That blazing sword's turned out to be even stronger than I expected. With that much sheer power, elemental types are hardly a concern anymore. You can bring practically any foe down to their knees in a flash.
Don't count on me being able to pull off another Gates of Fire. That only happened because I had the help of that spirit vessel monster too.
Still, you did defeat Balsef with it, which means it can also take down the other lords. That's enough for me. Besides, if it was any stronger, your body wouldn't be able to handle it. Have you forgotten what happened after we finished off Balsef?
No. But aren't you scared of having that much power inside of you? Even a little?
Why would I be? Power provides opportunity. You don't expect me to simply throw it away, do you?
No, I get it. It's a good ace to have up our sleeve, that's for sure. I'll make the most of it. Well, as much as I can without becoming charcoal.
I am so ridiculously ecstatic. Because honestly, I thought I was going to get a negative score. Is there... Oh, this is cool. Nice. Can I go? Aw. I wanted to actually see if I could go in and see my, score. But that's okay. Let's see if we have any new outfits. You can't put the iron mask back on? Okay. With his hair, I'm kind of curious actually what he'd look like as a rabbit. Alright, I like him as a rabbit. So, let's make Shionne. It's still cute. Alright. Did I save already? I don't remember. Okay, so we beat the first boss. I feel pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I think I'm actually going to end here on a high note. You know, it's a little early. I could probably play for a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end here tonight. I'm hoping that I have time tomorrow. I have off work, so I get up, do my adult responsibilities, and hopefully have time to stream tomorrow sometime a little bit more, because I am absolutely loving this game, in all honesty, and I'm doing way better than I thought I would. I mean, I know I'm not great, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I thought I would get a negative score on the boss, and I didn't, so I'm super happy. But yeah, thank you all for watching, tuning in, hanging out, chatting. I appreciate it. I had a blast as always. Like I said, I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow if I can. So yeah, just keep an eye out, and I hope to see you all there. Bye.